AITA for telling my mom her husband is the reason I don't come home. So this happened last week and I'm still processing it. My mom, 46F, got remarried when I was 15 to this guy, 49M, who, let's just say we never clicked. He wasn't abusive or anything, but he had this way of making everything I did feel wrong. Like I'd be listening to music and he'd walk by and make some comment about how kids these days have no taste. I'd wear something I liked and he'd ask if I was trying to look homeless. Even basic stuff. I remember getting in trouble once because I said I enjoyed some Netflix show he thought was stupid. His exact words were that I had no critical thinking skills and I got my phone taken away for being disrespectful when I tried to defend myself. The worst part was feeling like I was walking on eggshells constantly. I couldn't relax in my own house. Everything had to be his way. The TV shows we watched, how loud I could talk, even what snacks I could eat. My mom would just go along with whatever he said. When I graduated and moved out for college, I basically never went back, except for holidays when my mom would guilt trip me. Even then, I'd stay maybe one night max and find excuses to leave early. My mom kept asking why I never visited anymore, and I'd make up stuff about being busy with work or school. Last weekend, she called me crying, saying she felt like she was losing me and didn't understand why I'd become so distant. She said it was breaking her heart that I barely came around anymore. I could hear how upset she was, and I just snapped, I guess. I told her, Mom, I don't come home because being in that house with stepdad makes me feel like that scared 15-year-old again. He spent years making me feel like nothing I did was good enough, and I can't pretend that didn't happen anymore. She went completely silent for like 30 seconds. Then she got defensive and said I was making things up and that he always tried his best with you. When I tried to give specific examples, she cut me off and said I was choosing to remember only the negative. I said, Mom, you weren't paying attention. Or maybe you saw it and just didn't want to deal with it because it was easier to let him handle the difficult teenager. She hung up on me. Now my younger brother is texting me saying Mom's been crying for days and telling everyone I attacked her marriage unprovoked. My sister says I should apologize because he's not that bad and I'm hurting Mom for no reason. But here's the thing. I'm 23 now. I have my own life, my own place, my own friends who actually like me for who I am. Going back to that house feels like stepping back into this toxic environment where I'm constantly being judged and found lacking. Part of me feels terrible because I know my mom loves me and I don't want to hurt her. But another part of me is angry that it took me finally exploding for her to even acknowledge that there might be a problem. My therapist says I have a right to protect my mental health and set boundaries. But my family is making me feel like I'm being dramatic and ungrateful. So, Ida, for finally telling my mom the truth about why I don't come home, should I have just kept making excuses forever?